Hi there. In this video, you're going to learn how to draw 4 objects in 1-point perspective. The handout you're looking at right now is on the Google Classroom instructions for 1-point perspective. So you can look at this while you do the work or just watch the video. So most importantly, you're going to need a piece of paper, and notice how the paper or your sketchbook is in landscape mode, or you could say horizontal, okay? We don't want it vertical. We want to use the full extension of the paper. So we're going to need a ruler, all right? Now, if you don't have a ruler, that's okay. You can use a straight edge. A straight edge could be a greeting card, okay? You just need something that's a little thicker than regular paper. So a greeting card, even the edge of a book would work, or a binder or a notebook, okay? So you're gonna need one of those things, all right? Then you're gonna need some shapes. Okay, obviously you're not gonna have this at home, and that's okay. We're gonna have to get creative, because you see here, you're gonna need a rectangle, a square, a circle, and a heart. So you're gonna have to walk around your house and see if you can find any of these things. Okay, so I went to my bathroom. I found the cap of a lotion. All right, that'll work for my circle. So I'm gonna put that there, okay. I found a square for my makeup box, okay. A rectangle right here. That is a little box of staplers, all right. And the heart we're going to have to make. So I'm going to show you how to do the heart, okay? So you're going to want to take a little piece of paper, preferably cardstock. Cardstock is always thicker than regular paper. You're going to fold it in half. Okay, make a nice crease. All right. And then you're going to draw your heart, or half of it, all right? Yeah, that's a good size. Okay, don't make it too small, because then it's just going to make it more difficult for you to draw out the orthogonal lines. Okay, so now I'm going to cut it. Notice I'm keeping it folded. I'm just going to cut it. And then when I open it up, I have a heart shape. Okay, it's not perfect, but it's symmetrical, so that's pretty good. Okay, so now I can place my heart over here. Okay, so you're going to want to put all 4 of your objects in every corner of your paper. Okay, there's my circle. All right. Okay, so I've got that set up. So I'm going to move this all out of the way, because it's just going to be in the way when I draw. Okay, I'm going to do this in Sharpie just so you can see this better on the video, but you should be doing this in pencil, and make sure your pencil is nice and sharp. Okay, so I'm going to grab my Sharpie. Okay, so first thing we need to do is we need our vanishing point, and we're just going to make a dot. I'm going to make it a little bigger so you can see it in the center of our paper. Okay. All right, we don't really need the horizon line right now, but if it were there, you know that your vanishing point is always, 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 always on your horizon line. So I'm just going to lightly draw that. Okay. So you need that vanishing point. Okay. All right. And draw the horizon line if you want to, if it helps you. We're going to do 2 objects above the horizon line and 2 below. So I'm going to start with my rectangle. I'm going to put it pretty close to the edge. All right. See how there's not that much space? And then I'm going to outline it. Okay. Now I can't erase because I'm doing a Sharpie, so I have to make this look pretty good. Because we do want to have nice straight lines when we do this. Otherwise it's going to get really messy. So I didn't finish that. What I'm going to do is just take my ruler now and finish that off. Okay. Make it look somewhat decent. Alrighty. Okay, you definitely want your points, okay? All right, so there's my rectangle. Okay, I'm gonna write number 1. You don't need to write number 1. Number 2 is the square. So I found my little makeup box. Once again, I'm going to put it really close to the edge, and I am going to outline it. All right, I'm going to clean that up and add my edges, or I'm sorry, my corners, okay? Because you want really nice pointed corners. Only freehand draw this if you have a steady hand. Okay, all right, that's good enough. Okay, and then I'm gonna need, so that's number 2, my square, and number 3 is my circle. So I'm gonna trace my circle. Notice once again, it's in the corner, okay. All right, there's my circle, looks pretty good. And then I've got my heart, and I'm gonna trace that. Whoops. Yeah, this is why you want to have a thicker piece of paper, because the pencil can jump over the thin paper. All right. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I've got my 4. I have my rectangle. My square. My circle. And my heart. 3 and 4. Okay. Alrighty. You do not need to write all that. Okay, so now we're going to take our ruler, or our straight edge, and we're going to draw the orthogonal lines. You can see that here. Okay, that'll be our next step. So we're going to draw, these are orthogonals, okay? Make sure you read the slideshow so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so the orthogonals are always drawn from the corner of each object. Okay, obviously if the object is organic or roundish, you're going to have to find the edge. So I'm going to show you a little trick. All right, let's start with the rectangle. So you're going to take your ruler, and I kind of anchor it. Well, not kind of, always anchor it on my vanishing point. This is VP, vanishing point. All right. Okay, so I'm going to anchor it always on that vanishing point. I have to find the edge of the rectangle, or I'm sorry, the corner. Okay, so like a windshield wiper, I just kind of stop when I get to the first corner of the rectangle, and then I'm going to draw my first orthogonal line to the vanishing point. All right, see that? Nice and straight. Definitely use that ruler. So now I'm going to take my ruler and swing across till I find the next corner, and it's right here at this rectangle, okay? And then I have one more up here, all right? Make a little dot. So it's these 3 corners. Okay. And then I draw that. Make sure they all line up. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm not going to draw a line from this corner to that corner because it's behind that rectangle, all right? You're not going to see it. So we're going to leave that. Okay, now we're going to go to the square. So square is pretty straightforward. I'm going to start at the top, find my anchor at the vanishing point, and draw a straight line to that first corner right there at the top of the square. I can anchor it, move my ruler down to find the next corner, and draw the next orthogonal line. Then move my ruler down one more time to this last corner on the square and draw the orthogonal line. Okay, once again, I will not draw this orthogonal line because the line would go through the square. You never want to draw anything through your objects. Okay? All right, it's going to get a little more tricky when we do the organic shapes. Okay? So, the best way to do it with an organic shape is to literally just take your ruler, anchor it once again at your vanishing point, and slide it until you reach the edge of your circle. Okay, right there's the edge. All right, way at the edge. Okay, I see a lot of students wanting to draw the orthogonal line right there. Okay, that is not the edge of the circle from this point of view. Okay, so you don't want that. So let's get rid of that. All right, and then you take your ruler and once again you anchor it on your vanishing point and you slide it till you reach the edge of your circle. And now you can draw your other orthogonal line. Okay? All right, so now we're going to go to the heart. The heart is going to be a little more challenging. But once again, just remember that rule. Find that, use your ruler like an windshield wiper. Okay, and then make sure it's on that vanishing point and just slide it till it hits the edge of your heart. Okay, and then draw your orthogonal line. Okay, so there's another edge on the left side of the heart. Once again, anchor it, just draw it till you hit the edge. It's right about there. Okay, and then draw it. All right, and then keep moving your windshield wiper until you hit the other edge. And there you have your last orthogonal line. All right, you're not going to do anything behind here because that would cut across your shape and you don't want any lines inside your shapes. Okay. All right, now we have all our orthogonal lines set up. Okay, so I'm going to actually do the rest in pencil. Okay, so our next step is, and then on the direction sheet, so we did that, right? Now we need to go to number 5. Whoops, and we need to make the parallel lines. Okay, this is always a little challenging. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay. All right, so in order to make these shapes look like forms or three-dimensional, we need to use our ruler to help us. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag my ruler down from the edge of the rectangle, keep it nice and straight, okay, and then I'm going to draw my first parallel line. Okay, this parallel line, this is parallel to this. Okay. All right. Parallel lines are equally distant from one another. So now I'm going to go over here, take my ruler and pull it across till it meets that line right there and draw the parallel line to this. Okay. So these are parallel to one another and these are parallel. And now look what you've got. You have a form. You have a three-dimensional form right now. Okay, so I'm going to go over here to the square and do the same thing. Find the edge of the square, drag it across, try to keep it nice and straight. Okay, don't do it too close because then it's going to be hard to do down here. So go about an inch. I'm going to make it a little bigger there. Okay, draw that line. Notice that it is parallel to this line. Okay, so this line is parallel to the edge of the square. So now I'm going to pull my ruler down from the bottom of the square until it meets that other line. There we go. And now I have a beautiful three-dimensional cube. Okay, so now I'm going to go down to the circle. I can't use a ruler because it's an organic shape, so I just have to kind of, to the best of my ability, draw that curved line has to kind of echo this one, right? So it's got to be parallel. All right, I'm gonna work on that a little more. I didn't get that too well there. Okay, and now it's a cylinder. Okay, now it's three-dimensional. All right, and then we've got our heart, which is the hardest, but remember, parallel lines. Okay, this is going to be the tricky one. So I'm following that. All right, and this is where it gets tough, but you just do what you can. Okay. That looks awkward, so I'm going to do it more like that. I'm going to erase that. Okay. So that's okay. It's pretty good. Just kind of goes in there. Now, if I had not used a Sharpie, I would erase all this stuff. Okay, you want to get rid of all these lines. All right. Because then you'll have your objects floating in space and looking like they are three-dimensional. Okay, so we've got our vanishing point, our orthogonal lines, and then our shapes, which turned into forms. All right, and if you want, you can color these in or even add shading, but you do not have to. All right, good luck.